Once upon a time, in the heart of a magical forest, there lived a tree named Toby. But Toby wasn't just any tree. He could talk, he could giggle, and sometimes he could even sneeze leaves everywhere when he laughed too hard. He was the oldest tree in the forest, and he had watched over animals for hundreds of years. All the creatures in the forest loved him. Well, almost all. There was one little animal who didn't believe in Toby's magic at all. A curious young monkey named Max. Max was always playing tricks, climbing too high, and never listening to warnings. One day, Max swung through the trees and landed right on Toby's thick branch. Talking tree, huh? That's just a forest fairy tale. Whoa, you're just a boring old tree, Max said, picking a leaf from Toby's branch. Toby chuckled, his bark rumbling like thunder. Not everything that sounds silly is false, dear Max, he said in a deep, warm voice. Sometimes magic hides in plain sight. Max blinked. Wait, you talked. Toby winked. Took you long enough to notice. Max was shocked, but also very excited. Okay, Mr. Magical Tree, if you're so wise and old, tell me a secret. Tell me something cool. Toby shook his leafy head gently. I'll tell you something important. That's better than just cool. Max sighed, expecting a boring lesson. But Toby leaned in and said, one day, you will have to choose between doing what's easy and doing what's right. And that choice will show who you truly are. Max didn't understand, so he just shrugged and swung away, laughing. Yeah, I'll remember that when I'm king of the forest. And rained a few days later. It started raining, and it rained and rained. Soon, the river near the forest began to flood. Water rushed through the woods like a wild snake. Animals panicked and ran to higher ground. A tiny voice squeaked from the water below. Max, who lived in a cozy treehouse on a lower branch, woke up to find his home half underwater. The littlest rabbit in the forest. He grabbed his banana bag and tried to escape, but the flood was too fast. I'm scared, she cried. Or risk helping Lulu, even if it meant getting caught in the flood himself. Help, help. Lulu, Max shouted, grabbed her just as the log tipped, and climbed up the highest tree nearby, Toby's tree. Animals gathered around Toby's tree was the right choice. Surprised to see Max hugging Lulu and keeping her warm. You were right, old tree. Being a hero isn't just about fun or fame. It's about helping, even when it's hard. Suddenly, it was Lulu. She had been separated from her family and was stuck on a floating log. Max had a choice. He could swing away to safety. Max remembered Toby's words. You will have to choose between doing what's easy and doing what's right. He took a deep breath. Hold on. He swung down when the floodwater calmed down. Toby looked down and smiled. Now that, Max grinned. Moral of the story. True bravery is choosing to do the right thing, even when it's hard.